Welcome. Today I'm going to give a quick video on how I fix the creaking noise coming from the seat on the passenger side of my Jeep Wrangler JL. I don't know if all JLs have this issue. I've heard a few complaints in forums and stuff like that. So today I decided to take it apart and try to figure out exactly where the noise was coming from, and I'm going to show you how I fixed it. Not saying that I recommend doing this. It's a quick fix that I decided to give a try and it worked. But I'll leave whether or not you try it up to you. If you do try it and it works, let me know in the comments if you have a better idea. I know that there's another way to fix this after getting in there. You could do some welding, a little couple of tack welds would probably fix the problem. But rather than have to pull the seat out, to do that or put blankets everywhere to keep from catching the inside of my Jeep on fire, I decided to do it this way. So basically the tools you're gonna need are some trim tools, a Phillips head screwdriver, hammer, sledge, hammer, whatever hammer you want to use, and a punch. So the first thing you need to do, well, first off, to diagnose this, what I did is every time someone rode in the passenger seat, anytime I'd make a turn or their weight would shift in the seat, I'd get this creaking noise. So it wasn't coming from the base because you can sit in it and it wouldn't happen. But what I found is it was coming from the upper portion of the seat. So I would take the top part of the seat in the upright position and I'd move it back and forth like this and you'd hear it. Obviously you're not gonna hear it now because I've already fixed the problem. But anyway, basically what you want to do is you want to take the plastic trim off right here. See if I can do this without being in your way. So first, I haven't secured it back on completely. I just wanted to give you an idea. Pulling it off, obviously you run the risk of breaking things every time you pull it on and off, so you kind of don't want to do it more than you have to. But basically you'll work a trim tool in there. You could probably get away with using a screwdriver or something like that, but something plastic is less likely to scratch and do damage to it. So I worked this in there and just pried it and worked it back until I could get some fingers in there, and then I just popped it off. Now when you pop it off, you'll see you've got these little metal tabs here. Well, sometimes those will stay behind and they're quite easy to get out. You just depress this right here and you can pull them out. And as long as you don't break the plastic tab that the metal clip pops on, and then the teeth actually bite into it, you should be able to get it back on there just like they did from the factory. So anyway, like I said, you may have to get these clips out. Some do tend to stay behind, but just be careful when you remove it. The next thing I do is weave this out. You've got two Phillips head, one here and one on the back. I didn't put the one in the back on, I left it off. But essentially, you'll pull back these Phillips head screws out. And then this will just pop off. So obviously there's another screw that would have been on there. And it was right here. So to get to that screw, you actually have to pull the flap back, the flap of your seat up out of the way. It's just attached with a couple of elastic bands that are really easy to find underneath the seat. After you get that screw out, then you can just pop this off and get it out of your way. And then what you'll find is there is a piece of tubing that runs from this side all the way to the other side of the seat that it's basically just pinched in here. This metal right here is pinched between this piece on the tubing. So what I did is basically what was going on is every time the weight would shift in the seat, this tubing would shift up and down and move around. It was just loose in there. So obviously the goal is to keep this stationary and not moving and sliding around. So like I mentioned before, you could probably tack weld it in place. What I did is I just took a punch and I put a dimple in 4 places on that tubing. And that seems to have worked pretty well. Now, how long will it work? I'm not sure, but for now, I'm happy with it because I didn't have to do anything too invasive. And basically, like I said, I just took my punch and just gave it a whack in 4 different locations. And as you can see, I have no movement there now. So that seems to have fixed the problem. So anyway, obviously just opposite, do everything in reverse to put it back together. Nothing to it but to do it. So like I said, if you want to give it a shot, if it works for you, let me know in the comments if you got a better idea. I tried several different things before I came up with that. I tried stuffing foam into that hole to try to get rid of the vibration, but the vibration wasn't coming really from the tubing. It was actually coming and kind of transferring through the bracket on the seat. So fortunately, the other side doesn't appear to be causing a noise. If in fact I find that the other side is actually moving as well, I'm probably gonna have to pull the seat out and either tack those in place. If I pull the seat out, I might as well tack them versus trying to punch it. I was just trying to prevent from having to get in there that way. But anyway, if anyone has any questions or you got any better ideas, or maybe there's some other areas that are actually prone to causing noises and vibrations. I thought initially that it was going to be in the track, but the track seems tight. It doesn't seem to be causing any issues there. So again, any questions or comments, please leave them below. Take care.